It's time to wake up San Gabriel Valley with CCN Sunrise.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to CCN Sunrise. So glad you're with us this morning. I'm Joseph C. Phillips, and to my left, you'll recognize her as CCN's own Loa Blasucci.
Happy to be here, sitting in
for
everybody
Larissa
who's been
Lang.
sitting in for whoever else sat in for whoever sat
You're just
here.
sitting in. You're just sitting in.
All I know is somebody had a beautiful baby girl. That would be Sunita.
Sunita, yes. So shout out to Sunita there. Loa, we're so glad you're with us. We have a terrific show today.
We do. All kinds of wonderful things to talk about. I'm
Father's
excited.
Day is this weekend. Are you
Yep.
doing anything special?
No. I just have to say no on that one. I'm not.
The question is, am I doing anything special?
Yes.
Or is
You're
anyone
the
doing
dad.
anything
I'm
special
divorced
for me?
And my dad is gone, so
Yeah.
my Father's Day is pretty easy. But we're going to talk about what to do for a lot of people that are busy on Father's
Yeah,
Day.
nothing's happening for my Father's Day, so this is going to be interesting. We're going to learn a little bit about fly fishing, and then, of course, my favorite segment, The Taste of Sunrise.
Right.
We're going to, Chef Clad Beltran is here, and we're going to be making a tomato carpaccio
and
with
we've got
aioli
the Rose
dressing.
Bowl Riders. I love the Rose Bowl Riders. They're so awesome.
Every
Everyone
year,
loves
yes.
them. Yes. And I've got a little hip stretch. We're going to stand up and stretch.
You
our
would
hips.
have to make me get up
Yes,
and move.
you're getting out of this chair,
It's
Joseph.
early
We're
in the
going to
morning.
get up this morning. You're going to like it, too.
Okay, I can't guarantee I'm going to like it. I will try it, and thankfully that's a little bit later in the show. Right now it's time for news with CCN's own Jesse Mogle.
And now, CCN, Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood starts right now.
Good morning, Joseph and Loa. Here are some headlines making news right here in the San Gabriel Valley. Police are working to find out if the body of a woman they found in the car belonging to a single mother of two from Monrovia is that of La Jolla McCoy. Neighbors say it is. They held a candlelight vigil in her memory this past week. But along with their grief now comes worry that her killer is still out there. CCN's Frank Sejas has the story.
It is outside of this house, located in the 200 block of West Cypress Avenue in the city of Monrovia, where residents say that police officials found the body of 31-year-old LaJoya McCoy in a parked car. A memorial set up with flowers, candles, photos, and posters with heartfelt messages remained outside LaJoya McCoy's apartment Wednesday evening after an evening vigil held on Tuesday. Sheriff's deputies say McCoy, a single mother of two who had not been seen since last week, was reported missing by family members Monday after she did not show up for several appointments.
We pass by the street like maybe twice, most of them more than that, but at least twice a day. And just thinking that me and my kids passed through that spot more than once, even one day, it makes you feel like scared and shock, because you don't know how to react, how to handle the news, something like this.
Susanna says she learned about LaJoya McCoy's death through the City of Monrovia Facebook page after police closed off the 200 block of Cypress Avenue Tuesday.
We have a Monrovia Facebook page that as a community we can post anything.
McCoy's Toyota Camry was found Tuesday morning less than 2 miles away from her home on West Cypress Avenue, a neighboring street. Local residents say that Monday's street sweeper had to avoid this spot right here because it is here that the car was parked in which LaJoya McCoy's body was found. Neighbors here say McCoy was quiet and kept mostly to herself. Investigators suspect foul play, and while neighbors say the body in the car belongs to LaJoya McCoy, authorities say they are still working to identify the remains. A life taken too soon is what a local resident has said about McCoy. In Monrovia, Frank Sejas, CCN.
Authorities say anyone with information relating to McCoy's death can call the LA County Sheriff's Department. Local businesses beware. Authorities say scammers are going around impersonating fire department officials and billing companies for fake violations. Officials say the scammers go to businesses and claim that they're inspecting fire extinguishers, smoke alarms, and sprinkler systems. Then they leave only to send a bogus bill later in the mail. Pasadena Public Information Officer Lisa Derdarian says the fire department does perform annual checks on equipment, but there are several ways to make sure you're dealing with a legitimate fire official. They usually wear a white t-shirt with a fire department official patch and badge. She also says newer businesses are targeted the most.
The newer businesses in town, because these scam artists go under the assumption that they don't know any better, whereas the more established businesses know to expect the Pasadena Fire Department, uniformed personnel, they have a badge, they come in an official vehicle typically, they put a face with a name because it's the same inspector year after year. So it's newer ones that they take advantage of.
Derderian says area businesses should know that while local department officials do conduct inspections like this, the bill will always come from the city of Pasadena, not a private billing company. The fire department conducts these inspections annually or biannually based on the occupancy. Is it tattling on your neighbor? The city of Pasadena has an app they're encouraging residents to use to report water waste. CCN's Tammy Devine talked with the Water and Power's Jennifer Guest, who showed her how the app works.
Hi guys, I'm here at Pasadena Water and Power. You know, the ongoing drought is taking its toll in Southern California. Cities are looking at different ways to make sure their residents know they're serious about conserving water. With me is Jennifer Guest. Jennifer, you know, social media, I think, is a way some cities are going to let residents know what's going on. What is the City of Pasadena doing?
The City of Pasadena and Pasadena Water and Power, we are also using social media as a great tool to not only get the word out about the drought, but also to get feedback from the community. And so we reach out through Facebook and through Twitter. But another way that is a really, really great resource that we use is a downloadable app through our Citizen Service Center. And the Citizen Service Center is a larger entity that the community can interact with on a variety of topics, whether it's water related or not. And one of the options within the Citizen Service Center app is to report water waste. And that is available either online, as you see here, through the City of Pasadena website, and then you can download the app for iPhone and Android.
They can literally just take a picture of that and the address and send it to the city. Is that how that works?
Yes, it's real time. So you can take a photo of it and you can send it to the city. You can also put your information if you want. It can be anonymous if you choose to. And then we get a notice. We follow up on every single water waste report.
Okay, so how many opportunities do they get, and then what's the penalty?
Usually they get one courtesy notice, and then the best part about that is we have a 90% compliance rate with just a simple courtesy notice.
Okay, so, you know, there's a lot of people talking online right now, you know, with the advent of Facebook and Twitter and that kind of thing. And some of the things they're saying is, well, this is a way just to tattle on your neighbors. You're being a snitch and you know, getting people in trouble, that kind of thing. How do you respond to that when you see that on online?
Well, we really look at it as more of a resource, so that it helps us have that dialogue. You know, as I pointed to earlier, that sometimes the homeowner isn't even aware that something's going on. So it's more about giving folks a tool to be part of that process, so that they can actually help out and that we can all be involved.
Okay, I think some people are looking at it like maybe this is a way to divide instead of really unify the community. Do you see that possibly?
No, because one of the great things about living and working in Pasadena is our sense of community pride, and we take ownership on how our community looks and how everybody feels about it. So water waste is no different. So if they see that there's water waste occurring and they want to be part of conserving water, and so that we have that community pride, that's part of that process. And the fact that we have a 90% compliance rate on just letting folks know that there's water waste occurring, the fact that it's solved usually after that very first time, lets me know right there that it's working.
This app can be found, you know, through the cell phones, and then you can also download information from the City of Pasadena website as well, right?
Yes, absolutely. So you can go to the Citizen Service Center through the cityofpasadena.net, and we also have another great resource, pasadenasaveswater.com.
There you have it, you guys. This is how the City of Pasadena is trying to manage, as Governor Brown has cities cutting back water usage as much as possible to conserve water in the state of California. Back to you in the studio.
Again, that was CCN's own Tammy Devine reporting. Anyone caught wasting water after their first warning can be fined up to $500 for homes and up to $1,000 for businesses. Some in South Pasadena want to lease the Rialto Theater to show first-run films. Thursday night, Lance Alspaugh of Vintage Cinemas presented the proposal to the city's Cultural Heritage Commission. Concerns, but most seem to like the idea. S. Scott Norton, founding director of the Friends of the Rialto, an organization whose mission is to preserve, renovate, and reopen the theater, says it's a mistake to use the theater only as a movie venue, while ignoring its original intent as a live venue as well. Although he was not a fan of the LED marquee, Norton said the redesign of the lobby with a new concession stand isn't bad. He says the more they preserve the theater, the more it will be used in film productions. Former South Pasadena Mayor Odom Stamps says he has high hopes for ALSPA's plans to revitalize the theater.
I'm happy to see the new owners breathing life and committed to restoring the exterior. And this isn't necessarily the operator, but he's an operator in other venues that has done a very good job, and that's why I think they're giving him every opportunity to kind of come up with a design that would be pencil out on paper to make the economics work. So I have high hopes for an operator such as Lance Allspaw succeeding.
ALSPA, the one making the proposal to run new movies in the Rialto, says his goal is to bring back the 1925 vintage look of the Rialto as much as possible. Hollywood seems to be one of President Obama's favorite places to visit for fundraising. He'll be here once again today, Friday, June 19th, rubbing shoulders with celebrities and raking in the cash. Not everyone's thrilled about a visit from the POTUS, though, because of the traffic jams his motorcade creates. CCN's Tammy Meed is live at one of the places that could be impacted today. Good morning, Toni.
Hi, Jesse. The going rate to see President Obama at the Pacific Palisades is 16,000. So you have dinner at Tyler Perry's house, even more, 33,000. This will be President Obama's 22nd visit to the Los Angeles area, and the LA Police Department sure knows how to shut down the streets. I'm at the intersection of Seco and Lincoln, where he is scheduled to pass through the hours of 7 a.m. and 2 p.m. The brigades are all set up. We have tollway signs, no parking from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you're going to be in this area, I suggest you find a detour, because these streets are scheduled to be closed up until 2 p.m. today. I'm live in Pasadena. Toni Meed, CCN.
A few buffering issues, but all in all, pretty happy with our telecommunications on that one. Thank you so much, Toni. Those who didn't want dinner, but just a word with the president, forked over $2,500 per person. I think my invite got lost in the mail. That was good.
You think it got lost in the mail?
Yeah. Maybe it went into the
sure
spam
that's what
folder.
happened.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I want to know what happened to all those people who were just who were funding Obama's campaign and were just giving $5 at a time.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's all I could afford. Now 25. Whoa.
Yeah.
Inflation.
And, yeah. I'm going to Tyler's house for that.
Yeah.
Let us know how that is.
I will.
Loa, thanks so much, Jesse. Listen, there's a lot more coming up. Most little ones love horses. I love horses.
Yes,
and one local organization is giving kids a chance to get an up-close and personal look with these lovely animals.
And Sue Lafferty tells us about the Rose Bowl Riders Charitable Organization next.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 68 children is diagnosed with autism. That's about a 30% increase in 2 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
You're not sitting here.
I am. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh,
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
America was abuzz with the crowning of the first Triple Crown winner in I don't know how many years, Loa.
A lot. I don't know the number either.
Loa says it was a lot of years.
It was a lot.
Thank you,
And I understand,
Loa.
but I don't know the number.
37 years. So the Triple Crown winner was American Pharaoh, and the American Pharaoh will get a champion's police escort from our Arcadia Police Department on Thursday as he makes his way to the Santa Anita racetrack, and he's here for the parade scheduled in honor for him on Saturday.
That's awesome. And American Pharaoh is going to get a lot more kids interested, don't you think? We've got Sue Lafferty here with us this morning. She's aboard with the Rose Bowl Riders, and she's going to tell us a little bit more. So thanks for being with us, Sue.
Well, thank you so much for
Good
having
morning.
me here.
So
Really
the first
happy
Triple
to...
Crown winner in 37
You bet.
years.
You bet.
The
And
last
he-
one was Secretary?
Oh gosh,
No,
I
it
should
wasn't
know that. I
Secretary.
should
That was
know
much
that.
further
I
back.
can't remember.
It's unimportant. Let's learn a little bit about the Rose Bowl Riders. What exactly do they do?
Well, we are a nonprofit social organization. We are all volunteer. We're located at the Pasadena Equestrian Center in Hahamongna Watershed Park, which is just next to JPL. And we promote good horsemanship and having fun outdoors with horses and in nature.
Is this primarily an organization that works with children, or is this, can I come?
Well, you could absolutely come. We'd love to have you. We have a great lesson program. We really do focus on children. A couple of years ago, we decided to form a nonprofit so that we could do a lot of outreach into the Pasadena community, and so we now have a number of programs.
That's wonderful. Let me ask you this, Sue. It's expensive. So how do you get more kids involved? I know that Hakamanga Park is right between La Cañada and Pasadena.
It is.
That nice little spot
Yes,
there.
it is.
How do you get more kids, in areas that maybe couldn't afford that
And
kind
that's
of
a great question, and that is our mission. Our mission is to connect people with horses and nature, and our nonprofit, Rose Bowl Riders Charitable Organization, is working very hard to reach out into the community. We work with Pasadena Unified, we work with 5 Acres, and we're really focusing on kids who wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity to get involved with horses, because it can be expensive.
What are some of the programs that you're involved in with outreach?
Well, our partnership with Pasadena Unified is a lot of fun. It's called Art with Horses, and we bring the kids in. We pay for everything. We pay for the buses. We are all volunteers, and so we have a volunteer art instructor.
And they're painting the horses.
Well, they are getting to know the horses. They are painting the horses.
I was joking.
I was like, wait, where are you going with that, Joseph? And
So they
actually
paint
painting
the
horses.
horses.
Well,
This
they
is fascinating.
paint portraits of the horses.
Okay, they don't actually paint horses.
No, they
Okay.
don't paint on the horses. Our horses
we
are
just
very
gave you a new
tolerant.
idea,
but-
so feel free to use that. Let the kids
yeah,
come
well,
in.
that would be fun.
But it gives them an opportunity to touch the horses, be around them, not be afraid of them. I guess
Absolutely.
that's something that people are afraid of horses. And don't horses sense that?
They can. Our horses are very good, and our horses love children. We have some that just can't get enough of these kids. They allow them to hug them and kiss them, and it's great therapy for everybody. Our goal is to, in addition to bringing these kids in one time only, we really want to develop a program whereby they can come in on scholarships and start taking lessons on a regular basis and really
learn
get
how
involved.
to ride.
It's good.
I
It's
love
great,
horses.
Great
and
activity.
Loa, you might not know this, but I was taking horseback riding lessons before my wedding because my wife and I spent our honeymoon at a dude ranch in Montana.
Oh, how fun.
And I grew up in Denver, so
well, there you
loved
go. Where's your
horses.
cowboy hat?
I have one at home, but my question goes to the fact that I'm a big guy, and it was like they had to bring out these Clydesdale horses for me to get on.
Like every step is like the ground rattles every step with his big horse.
So my question really is, can anyone come down, even if you're a big guy,
You
can
bet.
you come down and participate?
You bet. We've got a gentleman who's about your size, and you're not that big, by the way, but
Thank you so much.
We have horses of all size and shape. In fact, there was a miniature horse that I wanted to bring, and I was told
So it
that I
sounds like
couldn't,
you've got
so.
something for everybody.
We absolutely
Thank you so much.
We do.
Rose
Thank
Bowl
you for
Riders,
having
and
us.
people want to get involved?
rosebowlriders.org.
Okay.
Lots of
Wonderful.
information on our
All right,
website.
we've been sitting a while, Joseph, and so it's time to get up, and we're going to do that little hip stretch. We're going to get everyone's butts involved, right? And thank you
Sure.
for bringing him. I've enjoyed hanging out with this little.
Loa says these are hip stretches that you can do anywhere, and we're going to see that's coming up. Thank you.
Dad's home.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile! Dang it.
To the invisible jet! Dang it. Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Okay, it's time. You got to get up and get moving. Sometimes you got to push away from the desk. That's what we're doing right now, Joseph. Here we go. You're going to like it.
Is this one of the moves?
Well, no, but that's very nice, actually.
Okay.
I do like that move, Joseph, but all right.
All right.
I'm a little bit tangled up here. All right, here's what it looks like. When you sit in a chair, which we all do, right? Waiting in line, driving your car, sitting at the computer, guess what softens your bum? You lose your glutes, your rear end. So, and that's what causes the quads to kind of shorten. And then you start to get back pain. So it sets off this whole scenario. So every now and then, just kind of push back. Here's what we're going to do. Stick your butt that way. So just stick it back, 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 back. Stick it back. Now take your shoulders way back, like your hands are trying to reach way back here. And then push down through your heels. A little bit more, Joseph. Stick it back. Come on, chest up. That's good. Okay, now come up, tighten your butt, and just kind of lean in, lean your hips in. Good, and we're going back. Stick it back, shoulders back. So you're drawing together right here, shoulder blades, butt back. Use your glutes. Don't make me reach back there and feel your butt. And here we go. Come up, tighten the glutes, hips forward, lean back.
Maybe we get a side view because...
Side view. Oh, happy. Here we go. So you're sticking your butt back, but your chest is up. Can you see that? My bum is here, but my chest is up. Hands go back, and then when you come up, tighten the glutes, lean, 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 tip back, and then we go back. Tighten your glutes, sit back.
Wait, tighten them when I'm going down?
Yeah, you want when you're going back this way, you want to be able to feel them. So it's not quad dominant. That's what we all do. We sit in a chair so long that
like
you're.
This.
That's nice, Joseph. I'm not going dancing with you ever. No, but see, that's what happens when you sit in a chair too long, your butt gets, it almost atrophies. So then we all become quad dominant. We use this for everything. So this little exercise wakes that up. It's like you're remembering, oh yeah, tighten here, tighten, push it back. Now lean the hips forward, stretch the flexors right here, and you do that 5 or 6 times, real slow, just kind of greasing the wheels, nice and easy. Then by the time you sit down, hey, you're feeling good again. So a couple times a day. And he needs to rest up now.
That's a good one. Now, do you have a couple, now this was getting the glutes and the lower back
right.
and the
hip flexors. Right, this is what shortens.
What about the upper back? Is there something we can do when we push away that we can also, I don't know.
Definitely. Take a nice big breath. Shoulders up, breathe in, and then go way back like you're trying to squeeze them together behind you, then drop them down. And do it again. Big breath. Open up the lungs, breathe in, shrug up, go way, way back, set it down. Good. And then just add that into the mix. So now we're doing a little combo. So now we do this. Stick
I'll
it back.
watch you do this.
Come back up, tighten the glutes. And it's a nice little combo. The breath, shoulders back, mix it up together, and you got a nice little piece.
And you can do this at work when you're sitting at
Yeah,
home.
you just turn your screen up and keep working, keep reading, and just hit,
Well, thank you, Loa.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Getting me up and getting me going.
I know,
I
nice
do have
to get
a
out of the
question
chair.
for you. It is. As we move into Father's Day weekend, do you think it's any coincidence that National Martini Day comes, which is today,
Well,
right next to Father's Day?
I think that's a very important thing for you, Joseph, personally. I think that Martini Day is a happy Joseph Day, but I don't know. It's great to have it by Father's Day.
It is, but before you get to the martinis, how about a little fly fishing? And that's a perfect gift for Dad, and we're going to have that coming up next.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who take action are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making Home Affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
I come from a big family. I'm the oldest of 6. To me, being the first person to go to college, it's like setting a standard, you know? My little brother is 8 years old now. I challenge his curiosity. I challenge him to dream. I have to paint a picture for him that he can look up to and live up to and possibly be better than. My name is Jaquez, and I am your dividend.
Loa, that looks more like a whip.
Yes,
Like
and it's not helping my
like
glutes at all.
S&M.
And it's not helping your glutes.
Loa's working on her glutes. Father's Day is this weekend, and I've got 3 boys, and I can't think of a better way to spend my Father's Day than with my kids, and perhaps doing a little bit of fishing.
It's Joseph's turn.
Here,
He's the dad.
so
He's gotta
you try it next.
This is Mike Miller, and he is from the Pasadena Casting Club, and he's joining us live to give us some tips on fly fishing. So this is a practice fly fishing rod, and we'll just start here, and we're supposed to go like 10 to 2, right?
In that direction.
And then
yes, he did it right.
Nice, Joseph.
Good job.
Yeah, I had a little practice.
Yes.
I had a little practice. Let's talk a little bit. One of the questions I have about fly fishing, and this has always fascinated me, when people tie flies, perhaps we can get a look at some of these flies. This one in particular.
Yes.
This doesn't look like anything I've seen flying around. Does this fool a fish?
Joseph, that's an earring. That's not his. No, I'm kidding.
No, it is a fish. This is for fishing in the surf, fly fishing for the saltwater, and so it's really large. And because the water's moving quickly, they need to see something bright.
I didn't know fish were such divas.
They are.
You know,
Well,
It's got sparkly.
They don't have much.
This might look a bit like a small fish. So when you tie a fly, what are you trying to? I mean, there's a whole art to it.
There is. First, you have to know where you're going to fish and the kind of food that those fish eat. And that way we can tie a fly that mimics or closely mimics what they're going to be eating.
The color,
That's right.
feathers, and the color
That's
of,
right.
of yarn. So let's talk a little bit about the Pasadena casting. Let's look at what is the difference between this rod and a regular fishing pole, a spinning rod.
Sure. Watch out now.
How was that?
It's a good thing there's not a hook on the end of
Real
that
good thing.
thing. We could all be in
No,
trouble.
it's okay. Caught my ear many times. Mostly when we're spin fishing, we throw a really heavy lure, and the lure draws the line off of the reel. And then we set the bail and we wind it all back in again. But the flies here are only this size. They're so small that there's no weight here. So the only thing you can do really is throw a heavy line. So it's like a whip without whipping or hitting anything.
That would snap the
That would snap the fly off, and these are kind of expensive, so you don't want to actually
Don't
do
wanna
that.
lose 'em.
So you don't want to lose them. Nice shot, actually.
Thank you.
have
Was that
a
all right?
Natural gift.
Where's a good place to
thank you.
fish?
I felt that one. I felt that deep.
When my boys were younger, I wanted to introduce them to fishing. I didn't really know where to go. I was in Colorado, so I could always go up to the mountains, and there were lakes. Where does one go to fly fish here?
Well, around here, the San Gabriel River is a really good fly fishing place, and there's a trout in that, actually. I personally fish the LA River. That's a wonderful, I know.
The LA River?
Oh my goodness.
The LA River for carp.
Do you eat what you catch there?
No, we play catch and release in fly fishing these days. The modern
I
fly
know a lot
fishing
of people
doesn't
who eat
keep.
carp. I know you can eat it.
I don't know anybody that ever has, but the
carp
concept of
sushi,
catching a
yes,
fish
no.
is astounding. That's really wonderful. So
Carp
that's
is a
close.
good fighting fish.
Very and big. That's really good. The like I said, the San Gabriel Leg Lake. Do you know where Leg Lake is?
I don't know where Leg Lake
Towards
is.
the valley. That's another
I've heard of
really
it.
good place to go, and they have a lot of fishing there, and it's a good place to teach because you're close to the water. There's a bank. You can sometimes actually see the fish.
Now, does your club, can anyone join your club? Is it just
Oh
for-
boy, we are looking for people all the time. It's a highly active club, and every Sunday from 1 to 4 it's open, and we have fly rods available, and everybody thinks they know what they're doing anyway. They'll be happy to teach
And you can just show up if you
Just
don't have
show
all
up.
the gear and all
It's
the.
a public
you're not
pool.
all G'd up and
It's
stuff.
owned by the city of Pasadena, and we maintain it.
Wait, this is a pool.
Oh.
I thought
It's like a reflection pool, and so you practice
This is
first.
where you practice.
You learn how
Wow.
to throw before. So bring your children down, come on down and let's learn.
I
because
did
we
not
do it
even
all
know
the time.
Pasadena had such a cool thing. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, it does.
And it's called the Pasadena Casting Club.
Pasadena Casting Club. So
And you online?
active members, we have a great time. A lot of people are come along and
And if you do this
you'd
from
love
your
it.
living room, then
Right.
it's the casting couch.
This is the
Is what that
casting.
is.
Okay.
But you're
And
not
I
that.
don't want to.
You're not
let's
that.
not go
Okay.
there.
Yeah,
it
I
is
just
a
gotta
casting.
make that clear.
Let's try
Mike
chair.
Miller, thank you so much.
Thank you. This
the
was
Pasadena
really fun.
Casting Club.
And can I keep this? I have an outfit that this
You
one
may
goes.
keep that.
Okay, thank you. I just.
But
I
once you
need
get
to-
it in your ear, it's got a little thing in it. It's not going to come back
I know,
out again,
it's
so you
got a
got to be
little-
really careful.
Okay, coming up, it's a CCN Sunrise Morning Buzz segment.
Yes, the morning buzz.
That's coming up next.
I come from a big family. I'm the oldest of 6. To me, being the first person to go to college, it's like setting a standard, you know? My little brother is 8 years old now. I challenge his curiosity. I challenge him to dream. I have to paint a picture for him that he can look up to and live up to and possibly be better than. My name is Jaquez, and I am your dividend.
Thank you. You got a key?
fish.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
It's time to wake up, San Gabriel Valley, with CCN Sunrise.
We are back with our second half hour. We're having a good time, Loa,
Yeah.
on today's show.
But we got to switch it right now because this is what we're coming into is disturbing on our morning buzz. The country's
on morning buzz,
right.
but also in addition to the shooting in Charleston, which we're going to be talking about on the morning buzz coming up, we do have segment star Valerie Milano, and she's going to be sharing all of the star-studded action at the Prism Awards, and then of course there's the Taste of Sunrise that's coming up as well. Tomato carpaccio, and so
Yum.
that's coming up next. But as Loa said, it's time for the morning buzz. Joining us is Michael Givens in Charleston. We actually have someone there on the scene where the horrific shooting took place.
We've got him with us via Skype, so that's a nice twist this morning.
Michael is our cousin. Michael's our producer, Kevin Ryan's cousin. Michael, thank you for joining us.
Well, it's a pleasure to talk to you, Joseph and Loa.
So how close are you?
I wish I was talking to you about fly fishing and martinis and Father's Day instead of what we're going to discuss.
Yes, we do too.
Exactly.
We do too,
It
but
was
thank
such
you
a-
for being with us.
It's a tragedy, and I think all of America is heartbroken. The idea that you would be in church and not be safe from this kind of harm. Michael, how close were you to the events?
Well, actually, I was with a group of students of mine, and I was down the street about, I would say about maybe 6 blocks from them.
And this was while this was happening?
Yes, sir.
And you heard it?
Could you hear it at 6 blocks?
Oh, no,
away?
no. I didn't hear it. In fact, you know, I left probably right after it happened, and a police car was flying by, and you know, I didn't know about it till I got home, and I got some message about it.
I'm curious what the mood of the city
what's the local morale feeling where you are?
Well, overall, you know, I have to say, you know, life goes on and people are continuing, but there's definitely a pall over the city.
What over the city?
He said a pall.
It's like
Pall.
it's like a pall over it. You know, it's like everybody is sort of, you know, shocked and stunned.
Did you know anyone that went to the church? That was a member of that church?
Well, actually, I had met Senator Pinckney before, but I have friends that actually are friends with some of the families that were lost.
I would like to know what your response is to the comments by State Senator Clement Pinckney, who I'm not quoting, but alluded to state senators' opposition to concealed carry laws, and that might have led to the tragedy there.
Well, I would say what led to the tragedy was the insanity of one man. I mean, there's plenty of people that have differing opinions, whether they're political or whether they have to do with guns or anything else, but that doesn't mean they go into a church and kill people over it.
Well,
so,
it's
you know,
interesting
I don't see any other answer for it. I'm not a doctor, but I think somebody going into a church and murdering 9 people is a perfect definition of insanity.
I like that you use the word insanity. We're wondering what the racial tension is happening right now where you are.
Well, actually, I live in a neighborhood that is very mixed. I mean, on three sides of my house. I've got black neighbors and a white family next to me, and I don't notice any difference. And I went shopping yesterday for a little bit, and I really don't see any difference. Nobody is happy. Everybody's upset about it, but it's not like we're like a bubbling cauldron that's about to explode.
Well, is there a sense that this maybe has brought the community together? That's the first question. The second question is, I understand that the Reverend Al Sharpton is shooting a live show down there, and he's, in my opinion, a rabble-rouser. What is the sense that your neighbors, your people have about Al Sharpton being there?
Well, first, your first question is, yeah, I would say that it's definitely bringing people together, because it's obviously it's a horrible thing, and this can happen anywhere in the world, but now it's happened here in Charleston, and it's pretty. I mean, to say it's upsetting is to demean it. I mean, it's shocking and it's horrible. As far as Sharpton coming here, I would say he'll do more harm than good, and I hope that it doesn't turn into a series of riots. I don't see it. I don't think that Charleston is like that. This isn't a situation where, like in Ferguson, where a policeman shot somebody and the whole neighborhood, the whole community was able to say that they were angry at an organization for it. This was obviously a terribly disturbed young man
Michael,
that just had to have been losing his mind.
I want to ask you about what is the sense, and I don't know this from even reading the news, but there is this issue of gun rights and gun control that has come up.
Yeah,
What
are the concealed carry laws where you are?
Well, we have concealed carry laws, and people are allowed to carry weapons. You can get a concealed carry permit. Obviously, the Second Amendment allows us to have arms. Anytime these sort of things happen, you'll always find people that'll start these arguments about whether you should be allowed to have guns or not. But here's the question: is that here's a guy who goes into a church and he murders innocent people that I guarantee you he knew were unarmed. And he used some really crazy excuse that this is for all the rapes, and I forget exactly how he said it, and that you people are taking over the country.
As an excuse to commit murder. Michael, before we let you go, the latest issue to be inserted into this tragedy is the Confederate flag that flies over the state capitol. Nikki Haley, of course, the governor, refused to remove the flag. I'm curious what the sense is in your neighborhood, what the sense is now following this shooting. Is there a renewed push, you think, to remove that flag?
Not yet. There's certainly people that'll talk about it, but again, I don't think that man or whatever he was motivated by a flag. And the flag doesn't fly over the State House anymore. That was changed in 2000. That's been 15 years now that it's been taken off the State House. And the very idea of people are going to use the murder of innocent people to try to change the landscape of everybody in this state is just ridiculous.
Okay, Michael, thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate your perspective on that and kind of where you came from with that. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
And God bless the people of Charleston.
Yes, we'll keep
Thank you very much, and God bless you.
The star-studded Prism Awards are coming up. Segment star Valerie Milano joins us next.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
Every day across America,
Excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Loa, I really appreciate Michael's perspective
I
on
love that we didn't spend the whole time talking about race and racially motivated. I mean, when these things happen, it's up to all of us to keep our heads and make less and less of them.
Well, we're hearing so much about the racial aspect of this on social media, and it was a pleasure to hear from him that the folks in Charleston are not talking about race, they're talking about the loss of their neighbors.
I felt great about that.
So there are so many red carpets, that's changing the mood very quickly. But our CCN Sunrise Entertainment segment star Valerie Milano makes time for these events that you can see what's happening with some of your favorite stars when they aren't on set.
Valerie tells us about the Prism Awards and a special awards ceremony dedicated to those working with people who suffer from dementia.
Hi guys, want to remember Keep Memory Alive, which hosts its 19th annual Power of Love Gala inside the beautiful MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas, Saturday, June 13th. The event continues its mission to raise awareness and funds in support of the Cleveland Clinic Lou Ruvo Center for Brain Health. This year, the dazzling star-studded benefit honored Andrea and Veronica Bocelli and featured some of the most celebrated chefs and entertainers in TV and movies. Guests gathered to honor the Bocelli's advocacy work and the commitment of the organizations to care and research for Alzheimer's and other brain diseases like Parkinson's, Huntington's, and multiple sclerosis. Walking the red carpet were guests of honor Andrea and Veronica Bocelli, Grammy Award-winning recording artists Quincy Jones and George Benson, Sharon Stone, 2014's Power of Love honoree Gloria Estefan, Robin Thicke, Martina McBride, American actress Suzanne Summers, Siegfried and Roy, and many, many others. EIC, the Entertainment Industry Council, will be holding their 19th annual Prism Awards July 16th at the Skirball Cultural Center. These awards support the accurate depictions of substance abuse, treatment, recovery, and mental health and wellness in television, movies, and comic books, and also the music industry. The Prism Showcase, which highlights the winners with commentary from their peers, begins airing September 12th on FX and many other television on-demand and web streaming outlets. You will see some of those winners here. Last year's show, you will see now a little bit of those winners. And that's all for now, but check out more entertainment stories on crowncitynews.com, where you'll be able to click on over to my website, The Hollywood Times. Back to you.
Thank you, Valerie. I'm excited.
Yes,
Tomato carpaccio, aioli, dressing. Chef Clad Beltran shows us how we can make those. That's coming up.
Everybody in Pasadena knows Chef Clad, and he'll have some great tips for us in Taste of Sunrise next.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Aww. You should pick that up. Oh, Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look! Your crush is looking at you.
Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Thank you. You got a key?
Go fish.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look! Your crush is looking at you.
Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
If you've ever been to the Bacchus Kitchen or the Eatery, then you know Chef Clad Beltran's work.
And the famous chef is here in person to show us how he makes tomato carpaccio salad and the aioli dressing. And what the heck are those things? Tell us what they are.
This is
you're
my
gonna hear it
question.
right now.
Carpaccio, I think of shaved beef. How do you shave a tomato? And
is
by the
this
way,
a good
these
looking-
look at these tomatoes.
Well-
Where did you? The first question is, where do you find these tomatoes?
These are from the farmer's market Tuesday on right up the street, up
That's a
on
beauty.
Villa in Los Robles, as a matter of fact. So.
These are beautiful. They smell fresh, nice and firm.
It's a good looking
The
tomato.
knife is closest to me, so you're going to show me how to.
So you're the knife guy.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna be careful. Sashimi
He's
knife.
the knife
It's
guy.
very
What am
sharp.
I? I'm the
You're
wrist-
aioli girl.
I'm aioli girl.
So okay, aioli girl.
I've heard
so let's
that
get
before.
the yes. So you're gonna get the egg. We want to make sure that the eggs are.
What do I have here? I have
This is 3 egg yolks.
3 egg
Okay,
yolks.
and basically
Okay.
we're gonna make the carpaccio sauce, and I'll kind of tell you the story of carpaccio. That's why we don't have to just use beef.
Let's tell the audience first what an aioli is.
So an aioli is a thinned down mayonnaise. Okay, we're gonna make mayonnaise very quickly, and then add enough vinegar or lemon juice to thin it down, and then make the sauce for the tomatoes.
Okay.
Very, very simple.
So you have a very important job, Loa. Do not.
You don't even
not
know
mess
how
with
important.
this.
Screw this up.
Okay, so
I'm
you keep
on
mixing
it. I'm
that.
so focused right now, I can't even
You're
tell
gonna
you.
slice the tomatoes as thinly as you possibly can with this knife. Maybe you go as far as you like. We're gonna make enough just to cover this in the round.
Oh,
okay?
wow.
So you're
Maybe
while
I
you're
have
doing
a-
that.
Make it
a
pretty.
difficult-
Chef, you got it.
Oh,
All
this
right.
knife is.
Okay,
You
so
got to get one of these at home. This is terrific.
Okay, so you're gonna keep mixing these egg
Okay.
yolks Okay, and we're going to
And what's going in? What is that?
There's a little bit of canola oil. We're going to go very slowly.
And why canola?
I usually do, well, we're going to actually add a little bit of olive oil right at the end just for flavor. Canola's low, it's kind of the multi-purpose oil that we use in the kitchen. You want to keep going. How's the tomato slicing going over there, Chef?
They're thin, but it's slow going.
Okay, that's okay.
These tomatoes are so juicy.
Yeah, that's good. It's going well.
It's starting to. It's making my arms doing that thing that your
okay.
second grade teacher does when your arms jiggle. It's like in all Okay.
This is your cardio for the day.
I know. I used to like watch her right on the board, and her arms would like fling back and forth.
And if you want, you can pour oil and I'll mix.
Okay, no, I'm fine.
You're good? Okay.
Yeah, no, oh, it's changing.
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Can you tell
really
us
thick.
about the carpaccio
nice.
while you're...
So carpaccio was invented at Harry's Bar and Grill in Venice, Italy. And Carpaccio was a very famous artist who, kind of a Pollock kind of guy who threw paint everywhere and called it art. And hey, it's art.
Wow, this is a slow drizzle. You're not kidding.
We want to make sure to emulsify the oil in with the protein of the egg.
So you're trying to get air in there? Is that the idea?
No, just trying to bond the egg with the oil. We're almost there. Okay. And then I'm going to have you, now let's drizzle. Yeah. Now we're going to drizzle. Why don't you add, add a little bit of lemon juice with the tomato. Beautiful. Do you want a part-time job? Okay, we're going to do a little lemon juice.
I got the heavy lifting over here, Joseph, I got to say.
She's going to kind of even change color a little bit. Okay,
with the lemon juice? So.
Yeah. Add a little lemon zest. Okay. Let's add a little more juice.
I'm amazed that there's a Harry's Bar and Grill.
The lemon juice
in Italy.
There?
Yeah, very famous. That's where Harry's Bar and Grill in Venice, Italy. That's where the Bellini was invented also.
On Venice Beach, I understand.
Wow, now it's starting to look like mayonnaise.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, so what is that? What do you have there? Is that the canola oil?
This canola oil. Now we're going to add a little more lemon juice.
And you did that because why? It looked like it needed.
It just needed a little more.
Glossier?
And now we're gonna thin it down.
Now it's getting glossy and. I don't know if they can see this. Yeah. Wow. Okay,
is this enough tomato?
Hands.
That is more than enough tomato.
Okay.
Okay, you have to stir that enough. You got to change hands. Let me just tell you.
And what did I do with my olive oil?
It was taken from us.
Okay.
The olive oil. Can we have that back real fast?
A little garlic. And
so that was garlic that you just put in there?
Yeah, just a little bit of chopped garlic. And we're going to thin it down just a little more. Just keep going. A quick whisk.
Thank you. Extra virgin olive oil.
Extra virgin olive oil. All right.
There it is.
And the greens we have here.
Arugula, kind of standard. I love olive oil and lemon juice on arugula.
Very light, and the pepper in the arugula works well. Yes.
See, now for a minute there, it did look like kind of a yellowish mayonnaise. Now it's thinned down to like more of a salad dressing.
Okay, so let's plate this and eat.
So we're gonna put this, spin it around, okay, and then as if we were using, there you go.
So this is lemon juice and olive oil only that the arugula is.
So we're gonna pretend that these are the
traditional done, wow.
traditional pieces of beef. Great summer salad.
Oh.
This looks terrific. Let's throw this on. I don't mean to throw, but
No,
that's
working in the kitchen, you don't have a time restraint. We have one here.
Beautiful slicing, by the way.
Yeah, nice.
Well, I won't use that one.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Me too.
I'm gonna have them come train my guys. Maybe let's leave the middle open.
Okay.
So that we can put our Parmesan there.
That looks fantastic.
Okay.
Now what happens here?
Now here we're gonna.
I'll let you do that.
Okay. So now, this is the.
We're just gonna go at it with that. Nice.
Okay.
And we just want big.
And some shaved, some
okay,
big
that was
shaved
a delicate
pieces.
amount. See, I would have thought we would have kind of bought on there, but that was delicate.
And kind of a classic combination: Parmesan cheese,
While
tomatoes,
we
arugula,
eat
olive
this,
oil.
we want to say thank you to all of our sponsors for supporting the show. Special thanks to Sue Lafferty
with the Rose Bowl Riders and Mike Miller with the Pasadena Casting Club, Michael Givens in Charleston. Thank you for being with us on Skype.
Chef Clad, of course. Thank you
Beltran.
for being here. Thanks also to our segment stars. Valerie Milano is here. Reporters, our crew, And especially thanks to you out there for sharing your Friday with us. We'll see you next time.
Have a great day.
More cheese.
More cheese.